Hey folks, I am Chef Johnny. This is Texas style barbecue and cuisine. That is the Frack Daddy, and he is cobbler crazy today. So we're making a fantastic Dutch oven blackberry and raspberry cobbler with the little Jack Daniels in there. So guys, come in here close. Let us show you how we do this.
Chef, how you doing today, brother?
Doing good, doing great, and ready to see this recipe that he has for us. We're actually at my place today. Been trying out my new Lone Star Grill, shot 3 videos on it.
So we've got a brisket going, we've done chicken on there, we've done pig shots. We've had 2 of the 3, and I tell you what, that Lone Star Grills is performing like a beast.
Doing good, doing really good. So we're gonna do some cobbler here.
That's right.
And then a couple hours, we're gonna have a nice brisket dinner with the brisket coming off that spit.
Right. So this cobbler is kind of inspired by one of my favorite YouTube channels, and I'm sure it's Chef Johnny's. It's Kent Rollins, and this
Cowboy
guy,
Kent.
Cowboy Kent, he just does amazing stuff. So I got everything pre-measured out. We got 2 cups of flour. We got 1 cup of regular sugar. I did a half a cup of brown sugar, and I'll tell you what, we've had some blackberries and some raspberries marinating in some Gentleman Jack Daniels. What cowboy doesn't like Jack Daniels, right, Johnny?
I guarantee it.
So let's get this going, as I guarantee it's going to be delicious. So what we have here is we have a whole stick of butter. Now we're going to put this butter into our cast iron, and then we're going to do, so we're going to go put that over the campfire.
Gonna get it hot and melt our butter.
That's right. Now this has also got self-rising flour, so it's got your baking soda and everything you need in here to bake. So we're going to come in here, we're going to mix this up, kind of break up your brown sugar, and the recipe calls for 2 cups of milk. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut that in half basically. We're going to use 1 cup of milk, and then with the Jack Daniels that we have, we're going to use 3/4 of a cup of the Jack Daniels that is in our berries. I know I'm not measuring, but I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it, because I guess when you're out there on the trail, you ain't got measuring cups. You're just shooting from the hip, right?
There we go.
So we're gonna come in here with our Jack Daniels and sugar that we've had, and we're gonna add this in here. Oops, we had a runaway. We're just going to mix this up. And you kind of want, like I said, we're going to want this almost like a pancake batter. Not too thick, not too thin. And so I got Chef Johnny maybe to add a little bit extra milk for us.
Yeah, we need some milk in there. It's getting a little too thick.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Now, like I said, Kent Rollins' recipe does not call for the brown sugar. But I had a feeling that brown sugar would just kind of add a little bit of molasses and just whatever kind of notes you're going to get from that, which is not going to hurt this cobbler, right?
No, not at all.
What do you think? A little bit more?
Good batter right there. Get your sides,
sides
there. Clean the sides off some. A good baker always cleans the sides of his bowls. Get all that flour mixed in. While he's finishing that, I'm going to go check the Dutch oven and see if the butter's melted yet.
There we go.
Bring it right back over here so we can start pouring this in. It is melted. There's a little bit left, but it's going to be out of there in just a second.
There we go.
Stuff out of the way.
Ooh, look at that one. Yeah. So, like I said, we don't want this bubbling hot because we're just using this to kind of warm it up. Now, we're going to come in here with our batter.
Give me just a second. We'll spread this. But I'm gonna put some butter up on the sides of this.
Oh yeah, we don't want this
so I don't want it to stick. So got just a little bit of that stick left that hasn't melted yet. And guys, this is a 10-inch Dutch oven is what we're cooking this in.
That's right. Would you say this is a deep or like a shallow?
This is a deep, so this is a 10-inch deep. And I think it's gonna work pretty good. All my other ones are up at school. I taught some lessons in Dutch oven cooking, and it just happened that this one was sitting here, so we
ended up using.
Lucky I had this 10-inch deep here at the house. There we go. We got butter up the sides.
Alrighty.
There you
So
go.
we're gonna come in here with our batter.
Do this real quick.
Oh, there we go.
Make sense?
Oh yeah.
Drop that batter in.
You want to get all this delicious batter that you can get in here.
There we go. Looking pretty good.
Pretty good. So we're going to come in here now with our berries. So I got 2 packs of blackberries and 1 pack of raspberries. And so
There you go.
we're just going to dump this in here. Just going to kind of move it around. I'll tell you what, this is pretty much just like a
Dump cake,
like a
kind of,
dump
yeah.
cake. But I grew up on this, going camping. I'm sure that Chef Johnny's probably made tons of these.
A lot of cobblers, a lot of cobblers.
And I'll tell you what, this is going to be delicious. So the next part, we're going to be over at the fire, and I'm going to let Chef Johnny explain how we're going to regulate and control our temperature with this Dutch oven.
What we've done is we actually have some charcoal over there. When you start off with Dutch ovens, charcoal, you can count coals, you can kind of regulate your heat a little bit better.
Right.
So this is a 10-inch deep, so I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna double it. So that's 20. I'm gonna add 2 for being a deep, and I'm gonna add 2 more to add just another 50 degrees to it, because we're about 300 when we double it. So we're gonna go with that's 24, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 2/3 on top, 1/3 on bottom. So we're gonna put about 8 charcoals on bottom so we don't burn it. Put 16 up on top. If it gets to cooking too fast, we'll take a little trivet and raise it up higher and get it away from that fire, because we don't want it to go too awful fast and we don't want it to burn on bottom. But that's looking good. And we're gonna rotate this oven every 15 minutes. So what happens is we're gonna put it on the fire like that, where we're seeing lodge, the ears are this way. In 15 minutes, I'm gonna pick it up and rotate it, and then I'm gonna turn my lid back.
So you're basically going to be reading the lodge all the time.
And what that does is it moves the bottom in one direction, the top in the other, evens the heat out so you don't get a hot spot. So let's go get this on the fire.
So we're over here at the fire pit. We got our coals lit. We're going to spread some coals out, and we're going to show you how we're going to do this. We're going to bring you in closer so you can see what we're going to do.
You can see I've got a full chimney here. Not going to need them all. Dump those out there, and I'm just going to take my tongs. I want 8 well-lit ones down here. And we don't put any in the center. If you put them in the center, you're going to get a hot spot and you're going to burn it. So you want them around the outer edge of this oven.
So we're going to set this right here.
That way to the camera, all right, it's going to say lodge. And then we're going to come up, and I'm going to put about 16 of these up on top. And we may adjust this more or less as we cook. But like I said, we don't want to get it too hot. Don't want to overheat. We're going to cook this, it's going to be about 350 degrees. But this is outdoor cooking at its finest.
I'll tell you what, this is definitely a skill that you learn, and you just have to pick up through the time. I'm sure Chef Johnny's probably burnt plenty of stuff the first time he started doing this.
It does take a while to get the hang of it. But what we're going to do is we're going to let this go 15 minutes. Then we're going to rotate. I'm thinking it's about a 30 to 45 minute cook. So we'll see y'all in 15 minutes when we give this a turn. So here we go. 15 minutes. Going to turn it. First turn. And then turn our lid back. Don't lift it up. Just like barbecue, if you're looking, you ain't cooking.
That's right.
So there we go. We're gonna wait another 15. I may add a few coals on top, get a little bit hotter up on top. But I think we're right on schedule.
Can't wait to look at this.
All right, guys, this is looking pretty good. It's smelling good. We're gonna take a look.
We have been right at 45 minutes of cooking.
Look at that.
Oh, man. That looks amazing, Johnny.
Well, I spent a little bit of ash right there, you can see, but that's not the end of the world. You can kind of tell when they're getting ready. One, they're brown on top, but 2, see where it's pulling away from the sides?
You know that's done.
That's always a good sign right there. So we'll take this over there, let it cool just a little bit, and we'll dish a little bit out.
So after all this hard work and a lot of dedication to this Dutch oven, it is time for us to dig in.
And I tell you what, this cobbler is looking pretty. A little bit. That looks pretty darn good.
Not too bad.
Blackberries and raspberries are looking pretty good.
Alrighty.
About time to give this a try, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
I think we did a pretty dang good job. Let's see how good it actually tastes. Let's see if we can't taste some of that Jack Daniels. You know it's gonna be hot.
Only thing that make this better is a big old scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Homemade vanilla ice cream. As much
Man,
sugar,
this is good.
as much sugar as we put in here, it's not overly sweet, is it, Johnny?
It's really not. You get the tartness of those berries. The sugar starts bringing out the natural juices in those. And of course, that Jack Daniels had a nice little kick of flavor to
You
it.
get some of like the oakiness and some vanillas. I'll tell you what, for a beginner making this cobbler, I think we nailed it right out of the park. Johnny, I appreciate you helping me with pretty much my very first ever Dutch oven cobbler.
I hope he wasn't calling me a beginner. I'm not sure there.
I'm the beginner. This is the expert right here. So, Johnny, I appreciate it.
Great cobbler.
And I just want to say thank you for allowing Melissa and I to come over here and hang out with you all day.
Oh, it's been a good day.
It's been a great day. So, guys, make sure you go check out Chef Johnny at Texas Style Cuisine. You can also find him on Facebook under Big Sexy Barbecue Group and Instagram for both of us. So we just want to say thank you.
We're there.
We're there. We're famous pretty much. We just want to say thank you for spending the day with us, and we'll see you on the next cook.
See you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
How them boys put food away beats all I've ever seen.